Hey, good morning vlog. How are you? Racing to the train station right now. Train leaves at 8:37 and it's 8:13. I'll just make it. And big day in the city, going to the Boston office. Border registration. They're the people that oversee the whole real estate industry, part of the state government. They have a meeting at 10:30. I'm going to go to that. One of the things I mildly contributed, really just sent a couple of emails, is a fair housing initiative, which is going to be on the border registration agenda today. So we'll see about how that goes. I got a couple of meetings and several phone calls. So welcome aboard. Let's do it. So just wrapped up the border registration meeting. I got a couple of phone calls. Just had a meeting with John, which was great. And big takeaway from the border registration meeting is they're probably going to be amending the relationship disclosure, because there are a number of agents out there who are actually doing deals with not actually ever seeing their client in person. And the relationship disclosure must be done at the first personal meeting. But if they never have a personal meeting, then it never gets done. So they got to go work on some language to figure that out. It's probably going to be, and I think the best practice going forward for right now, is to make sure that the relationship disclosure is completed no later than the writing up of an offer and the signing of an offer. That's my advice. All right, so got a couple phone calls. Let's do them. Hey, Sherry, how are you? Well, I think everyone's doing it wrong. Everyone's trying to make money this year or this quarter. And I think the real opportunity, it has been democratized with a small d, to build a brand long term. That's like a huge opportunity. And if you can combine golf and real estate, those two things go hand in hand, especially down the Cape. People want to retire and play golf. I mean, let's be fair, right? It's a huge thing down the Cape, right? So, not to say that you want to retire, but I mean, people want to play golf and live near it. So, I mean, these things go hand in hand. I think if you could come up with a way to market yourself with, and you can create content in a number of different ways, whether it's audio, video, or written, pick one of those ways that works best for you, and you come up with some type of like golf, real estate kind of angle. Wow, I mean, if you really understand that it's not something that's going to be successful now, but that you're building it for the long term, there's a huge opportunity because of the internet. You know, remember, if you represent yourself, so if you get your license and you represent yourself, then technically you could make the commission representing yourself as the buyer. Ooh, yeah, you got it. So if you wait to buy until you get your license, you can be your own first client. So that's margin you can put in your pocket. You can make money out of buying your own house. But yeah, I mean, if you're about to get your license and about to buy your house, I'd hold off, because this is going to be $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, which you can make depending upon the price tag of your house. I'm just going on the average sales price of $400,000. My pleasure. I'm glad you called. My 3:30 person didn't call. Hey, so camera's rocking. Hey, I got one more call at 4:30 with Kent, and he's a real estate school student. And I gotta catch the 5 o'clock train, which is over there. So I gotta hold this call with Kent to like 15 minutes max, and hit that train, riding that train, and can't miss it because I wanna get home for the kids. No other adult is home. Beth is up in Haverhill. So, gotta kind of make it happen here with Kent. In and out, quick. Ready to go. Got everything ready. Got the iPad, the headphones, rocking the Legends Lockers fleece thingy that Jack Brock gave me when we were in Nashville. Thank you, Jack Brock. Rocking it. Can't supposed to call in 3 minutes. So, guess we'll just look at each other 3 minutes. How you doing? Good? Good? You had a good day? That's good. Me, it's been a great day. Border registration, and then meetings. I already told you all this. So It's Kent, right on time. Love that. Thank you, Kent. Hey there, Kent. What's happening? I am great, thank you. Doing well today. I've been very busy. Great to take your call. Thanks for being right on time. It sounds like you have a plan thought out, which I like. That's great. Right, the investment properties are tough to track down. You're much better to be in a position of a cash buyer because there's so many cash buyers out there. The competition is very fierce. But the farther you move away from the city, the more likely you're going to have some success. Plus, the cap rates outside of the city are usually better, to tell you the truth, because of the price tags here, you know, trying to buy a multifamily in the city. Right, so that's actually why I thought you were calling me so that you could hang your license at my agency. All right, well, I'm interested in talking about that. As far as other agencies, there's a never-ending list of them. So I don't know if you need a referral for another agency, but I hire agents. In fact, I just got off the phone with one earlier today. She didn't even know that she could, because she's thinking about buying her house down the Cape, and she didn't even know that she could represent herself in the transaction and actually earn that commission. Sounds like you already figured that out, but. So I mean, I have agents that do that, and if you wanted to do that with me, you could. My threshold, which seems to be very important to you in terms of involvement, basically I run a virtual agency where almost all my training is online by video, and if you need me in person, certainly I'd like to meet you in person, then great. But almost every question that you come up with from the paperwork point of view is already online. And the real value that I add is understanding the nuance of how to negotiate. That's actually the first thing you said in this phone call. A lot of agents don't know how to negotiate. And every transaction has its own pace of how to negotiate. And I think having a sense of that and where it's going and how and when not to actually pick up the phone and when to make sure that you actually slow down your rate of communication and not to give anything away that you don't have to. Having done this now for almost 9 years, I get a pretty good sense of how that works. I have no contract. You're not bound to work here for any amount of time. You can, if you want to move on to another agency, you can. I don't do non-competes, which I know are probably a big topic in your industry over the last several years. No, absolutely. I'd like to chat a little bit longer, but unfortunately, I got to go catch the train at 5 o'clock. My pleasure. Call me anytime. Chat me up on the website, and let's circle back here in 2 or 3 weeks when you get your license. I'm really excited. I'd love to have you. All right, put some money in your pocket. Talk to you soon. You got it. That went well. 4:44. Got to get to the train. But first, how about I just sent Kent a quick email. Great chatting with you. Let's make it happen.